Can't wait, man, to actually.
Can't wait. Welcome to another episode of Collaborate and Pull Together. Sorry we missed out on Monday's usual time. Had a family trip down in Puerto Rico to celebrate, commemorate, and just enjoy each other's company. But we're back, and today we have returning with us Steve Fernandez of New York Tristate Armwrestling. I myself in the Nightmare, and later on we might have some city folk or some country, city slickers or country folk joining in with us to talk about the upcoming events. But before that, let's do a little bit of a recap, man. I know we both had some eventful weekends when it comes to arm wrestling. I'll kick you since you're the guest. You get, guest gets first dibs on what you encountered this weekend with arm wrestling.
So went down to the Tropicana to New Jersey. Went to the Mr. America. It was a little bit lighter than I wanted to be. I'd have to say, wanted to be a little bit more packed, a couple more people, but it was still a great show. In general, just the Mr. America was a fantastic place to be for the weekend, and being around all those people and even the pullers and stuff like that. It was a great time. Loved the words were so good too, so it was just show was really good. The venue was great. And just exactly where everything was all in all was a great time.
Definitely love hearing that there's events happening at big conventions like that, because that just gives us more eyes on the sport from people who normally wouldn't ever know that arm wrestling is an organized sport. So that's one of the coolest things about having those type of events at those type of venues and settings. I mean, I've been to the Tropicana a few times for competitions, and I always love it. It's always been a great experience. I know James Reed was in part to play with that event occurring, and it was it's always a good time down there. It's always a good time on the boardwalk.
Yeah, really, it was a great time. Shout out to Michelle Dugan and James Reed. They did a phenomenal job. We teamed up and put a lot of it together. He did a lot of the work. He did it like he always does. Honestly, he's top notch when it comes to arm wrestling, putting venues together, and he's just really good all in all. And yeah, I'd have to say, definitely would do it again. We're doing something soon too, some mixed martial arts at a different venue too as well. I think it'll also be in the Tropicana, just in a different section. I still have to wait for him to see exactly what and where he wants to do it, but he has an idea of where. And yeah, it was just great all in all. And I love going through, and I posted a couple of videos of weightlifting. They were lifting up Volkswagens, and there was a kettlebell lifting. There was just a bunch of different types of lifts and weights and training gear and vested weights. There was a bunch of different stuff like all over the place, a bunch of different shirts and stuff that you could purchase and buy and go through. So it was a really great experience. I've been, like you said, I've been in the Tropicana before, but I've never went there to the Mr. America at that time. And it was fantastic. It was a really great show. Yep. And a couple of guys actually from the Mr. America came over, and they did pull in the tournament, which was great. So, but yeah, it was a good time.
That's awesome. That's awesome that you got that level of exposure to get, non-arm wrestlers and interested into the tournament setting. And between you and James, James makes things run smoothly, and you keep it entertaining. And James is a little bit entertaining as well. I'll give him a nod in that regard. So I'm sure you guys captivated the audience that was there, in attendance.
Joe's also there too. Joe was doing a little bit of the announcing too as well, because I was doing some reffing, and obviously being reffing and announcing at the same time doesn't work. Joe did a phenomenal job too as well, and then I took over kind of at the last bit of it, which was great because I was also competing and Joe wasn't competing till the end. And James would walk up to me. He goes, "Are you still pulling?" He goes, get off the mic, get off the mic. So he knew, like, what type of setting I needed to be in order to pull. It's
Yeah.
hard to really announce, and I told you this before. It's not really, to be able to announce and be in that same setting mode that you need to be in to pull is completely different. And it did throw me a little bit off my game. Not that anything would have changed or anything like that. I put in as much as I could at the time when I had my opponent in front of me, but in general, it's a different type of mindset that you have to kind of change back and forth. And I would just rather be in that one of knowing that I have to pull this guy and get through it, and then whichever I have to keep on pulling. But just having to go back and forth and reffing and pulling and announcing, and it was just putting everything all together from the morning. Too, we woke up early. We were there early in the morning putting everything together. Then we had to come back. We started on Friday. It was a back and forth game too. So. And Michelle and James are really great, man. We went everywhere. We got there to pretty much different cars, but we got there almost at the same time at the Airbnb. It was a huge Airbnb, which is great. So it was a good time. It really was a good time. I'd do it 100% again. Just would have to, I think, put things out a little bit faster, promote it a little bit more, and get it out there a little bit more. So, post up a couple more videos next time, live stream it so people can see what's going on, and they can see the Mr. America and how great of a venue it is and how great of a place it is. And, so maybe we'll do some of that next time. And I think that would be a great idea, just so people, they can get that exposure that they need, that they deserve, and we deserve too as well, so that's what I think.
I couldn't agree anymore with that, and to your point about like wearing multiple hats at a tournament as a competitor, whether it be announcer, running the brackets, being a ref, handling the live stream, that's a difficult job to do. And I gotta say, my last experience in doing so, it definitely taught me something very important. When it comes to competing and participating in making the tournament run smoothly or look like it's running smoothly, it's a challenge, man. It's a challenge. So hats off to anybody who does that on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I definitely have a lot to learn in that regard. So in light of growing the community, I just wanted to shout out, my experiences this weekend. On Friday, actually, I was down in Puerto Rico, and I was hosted by the No Team Arm Wrestling League. Adam Fernandez and Garcia Francisco Kong down in Puerto Rico organized a practice, and I got to tell you, I wasn't sure what to expect when I was going down there. I knew that they were going to have a couple of guys. I thought maybe 5, 6 guys. Now, there's almost like 20 guys there. They had about 20 guys roll about, and like every 20, 30 minutes, more people were coming. And then non-arm wrestlers were coming to the table, and they were asking questions. I couldn't give any of the answers because I'm not fluent in Spanish, but it was really cool to see all these people come up. And the other benefit of it was that, I brought a couple of my shirts to come down for sale, and I wasn't expecting many sales, but 12 guys bought shirts.
That's great.
I was floored.
Great.
That's right.
Give me my shirt from No Team Arm Wrestling. I'm gonna kill you if you didn't. I swear.
They didn't have one for me, let alone you.
God, man.
So
speaking of No Team Arm Wrestling, you guys owe me a shirt. Owe me and Dan.
They said they're bringing one up for when they come up next month. They are bringing one up.
Yeah.
I know. I told
him.
I told him your deal. I told him your deal, that your promise was that that's their entry fee cost. But no, listen, Puerto Ricans, I love arm wrestling. I love the energy around arm wrestling, but Puerto Ricans, they do it differently. They do it up beautifully. They make you feel like you're a part of a family. And it's just high energy. They get excited over everything when it comes to arm wrestling, and it's just super intense, super enjoyable to be a part of. I thoroughly enjoy it, and I can't wait to go back. I can't wait. We definitely need to do an event down there because there is nothing. There's nothing better than going down to Puerto Rico, pulling in the warmth. Because I got to tell you, I come back home today. I literally came home today, and I'm freezing my ass off already. And I'm like, oh, man, why did I leave tropical paradise?
So true, though. So true. But the good thing is, is that we're actually having them come in November. So having them come down here in November, they're going to be down here on November 16th for Test Your Frame. So that's going to be phenomenal. Kong's going to go up against JJ Jackson. Adam's going up against Evan James Reed. We have Alexander going up against Roger Bailey Learned. Then we have Tyler Edlin going up against Seth Lutz, which is going to be a phenomenal match. I saw them at Nationals. They were just ridiculous. And not but not least would be Nanya versus Peter Brenna. And that's going to Test Your Frame. But I can't, though, that's what I can't wait, because I've seen Kong pull, seen him at your barbecue. Great people. Adam, great guy. Top-notch players, good. So I think it's going to be good.
I got to tell you, pulling against Kong this weekend and pulling JJ last month, JJ, you got your work cut out for you, buddy.
Oh, man.
You got your work cut out for you. Kong is coming, bringing that fire. He's going to bring that fire. At first I was leaning towards JJ because
that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
At first, I'm going to be honest, Kong. At first I was like, but this weekend, man, you put a lot of big question marks over that decision. Now it's like it's closer to like it can be anybody's game. Depends on how you fire off, how quickly you fire off. JJ's got some power though, so if he can hold you in any position, you might be in trouble. But his Kong's explosiveness is insane. And speaking of which, they're in the chat. They're watching, tuning in. We got No Team Armwrestling League represented by Kong and Adam watching. We also got Co-Ers, which I'm not sure who that is. Oh, by the way, at the practice.
And Sergio Lisboa is on.
Okay, it's Sergio. What's up, Sergio?
Yeah. I don't worry about it. He got a super match also in November. He's going up against Matt Bush, but we'll bring that to the later to the end of the show.
So real quick, at the practice, there was a guy who was a non-arm wrestler. He was trying to show off. The guy was just banging out one-arm push-ups. And he's like, yeah, let's go. I mean, and Kong was arm wrestling with him and teaching him. He's a brand new guy. Never been to a professional table. He seemed pretty strong. I didn't get an opportunity to grip up with him, but he looked like he was strong. It was really cool. Right on the like this boardwalk style, right by like a playground, restaurants. These Puerto Ricans, they have the best venues, the best settings, the best energy. And I look forward to seeing them up here in New York, because they're going to be bringing that fire. I got to tell you, Kong and Adam are going to be bringing that fire.
Yep, I can't wait. I really can't wait.
And I know I was mentioning it earlier to you, but we have to find a good matchup for Artur. This guy is amazingly strong. I felt like a small child in this man's hand. Kong, Adam, what is Arturia's weight? I think he's 220. I want to say 230, give or take. Strong, fast. He was easily the strongest one there. Easily, like he was holding everybody. Making everybody put in the work.
I'd probably say Vlad.
Yeah, that would be a good match for him. I think Vlad, that would be a real good match. I gotta see
this guy a little bit more, but
yeah,
Vlad will just hold you center. He's a fucking monster.
I think Vlad would be a good one. Actually,
yeah, Vlad's around I think he's around 210, I think right now, or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say Vlad, or I want my boy Shiyu to come back, dust off the old arm, because I know he's doing some powerlifting, or benching, chasing some bench numbers. But yeah,
he's still pulling. He's pulling. Mike Bisman and Shiyu are actually pulling. They're pulling at the end of the Buffalo, and the one that you're going to be on.
Oh yeah, that's right. I actually remember seeing that. Make sure you guys go give No Team Arm Wrestling League a follow. These guys, they're doing some big things on the island of Puerto Rico. When it comes to arm wrestling, they really understand how to build the community. They're all about it. They have no interest in self-gain whatsoever. They just want to see the community grow. And it was very apparent with that energy they brought to the practice on Friday. I can't wait. So, all right. Yeah, he was on a walk out of practice. Oh, looks like Steve's got a customer coming in.
Yeah, I'm always working.
I'm going to mute you for a moment so we don't have to have that. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready, Steve. All right. So those in the chat, did you make any of the events that were occurring? I know I saw the guys from Puerto Rico in there. And I know somebody was watching. Who is Co-Ers, actually? Co-1ers or whatever your name is. Who are you? And I gotta say also, I want to say thank you to all the Puerto Ricans that showed up to that practice. It helped me get ready for my super match for the event in Montana. Country Folk versus City Slickers. We're coming in hot. I'm bringing that heat. I got it all warmed up, and I'm keeping it warm right in here. Keeping it all toasty. And Steve is back.
So, speaking of the Country Folks versus the City Slickers, just so everyone knows, the live stream, the show starts at 2 a.m. on the 24th. October 24th, we'll be live streaming. We'll be taking videos, pictures, posting them. It's going to be, everybody's going to be at my house. Some guys are going to be sleeping over. Some girls are going to be sleeping over. Or some people will be driving from far away and still be getting there around that time. And we'll be getting on a party bus, 20-plus person party bus, going to JFK, filming, live streaming, having a great time. And also on the airplane, taking pictures, streaming as much as we can, taking videos, posting them as we go through, the progress of the show. It will be going through a live stream, and videos will be taking and pictures, and we'll be posting them so people can see, everything through what's going on day by day, hour by hour, sometimes even minute by minute. So, and also, when we get there to the mansion, same thing. We'll be setting up cameras all over the place, and we'll be getting everything live streamed and taking videos. And also we'll be, up close and personal with a couple of questions here and there. And also there'll be interviews to follow on Friday. And also we'll be going to the hot springs, the whole stream, the whole thing. So we're going to have a great time. It's going to be a great thing going on. For everyone there. I have a surprise for my super match guys and girls for the end of their super matches that they don't know about. And it's going to be great. I can't wait. We've been putting a lot of work into this, me and Dan's been doing a lot too to help me out. And but everything is secured. We're ready for this. All the guys are ready for this. We can't wait to get there and honestly put a show on for everyone, day by day.
Hell yeah, can't wait. What's going to be fun is the live stream over in the layover, because we're all going to be so dead dog tired. We're going to be delirious. So it's going to be some funny shit going on. I'm looking forward to those shenanigans. We're going to be in Seattle, Washington. So if anybody works at that airport that's an arm wrestler, come check us out. Come say hi.
Yeah, because we're also going to be doing a layover for a thing about 2 hours, I think, right?
Yeah, yep. We're going to be there at Seattle, Washington.
Yeah, so I think that actually is just kind of cool, that we're actually doing a layover. We'll be getting off the plane, and we'll be getting, to an airport, hanging out, eating, drinking. I'm sure, doing crazy shit, because the people that we have going on here are all so completely different. We have sober people, we have non-sober people, we have people that are going through sobriety, where we have people that, literally different aspects of the world, different aspects of everything, we have people that broke their arm, came back into the sport. We have people that, family members have been pulling for years and brought their son into them. We have guys that, work all day long on iron work and everything else, and still have the time and still have the power and the strength to still pull every day, and how good a puller they are in general as a worker, But this is a show to really bring out the more personal views of everyone, not just about arm wrestling and super matches. It gets a little bit deeper than that, and that's what I want everybody to know. This is a show that's going to be put on for years to come too as well. So it's not going to be something that's going to be once and done. This is something we're going to be traveling state to state. I think Dan will be with us through the whole thing, even though whether he's a puller or not, which I spoke to Dan about this, I think a couple of days ago or a week or so ago. I just lose track of time. I think every day is almost the same. I just keep on working. So, but he will
It all
be,
melts to one.
yeah,
It all melts into one.
yeah. But he will be part of this as we go on too as well. And the pullers will be going on if they win. But if Dan loses, he will just be part of helping out, through the show and everything else, but will not be coming in as a puller if he loses. So I don't want you to think that spot is taken forever, which honestly, I don't see a lot of people taking that spot anytime soon. Because
Nope. Nope, I ain't letting that happen. I'm gonna hold it. It's my precious, precious.
So we'll be pulling through as you win. You'll be part of the team. This is going to be called. I'm not going to release the name yet because I don't have the logo 100% yet, so I don't want to say anything yet. And but it's going to be a super match series show that will be going from state to state and releasing different shows and aspects of different states, different mansions, different cottages, different houses, this is going to be a different show, but same thing, same aspects, super matches going on, but you can lose your spot. So you always have to pull, you always have to win. If you don't win, you get, you lose, but the next person that we do put in there, if you wanted to challenge them, you can challenge them for a certain amount of money or whatever it is. And if you win, that would be your ticket to coming back onto the show. So you do have a chance to come back on. If you want to, you'd have to pay yourself in to be coming back onto the show. And if you want to keep that spot, because people are going to want to kind of come back onto the show just for the fact that the treatment that they're getting from day one for the next 4 days straight and what they're going to be doing, how great of a time it's going to be. And Dan, I take care of everybody that's going to be part of my family and group. So I think everyone's going to be having a phenomenally great time beyond just having a super match. These are competitors. These are professional competitors. And that's the way they need to be treated to bring on to the next level. That's what I think.
It's that's all exciting, stuff, because it's, you're not, like you said, you're not guaranteed your spot, because if you lose, you lose, and we move on to the next person in line that we have, earmarked for that position. And it's not like we have any shortage of amazing pullers that are, prepared and ready to take on that type of role. So, that keeps it like spicy, for everybody, because you never know, you might be next.
Yep.
So you might get a call. So be prepared, everybody. Yep. Everybody be prepared, because when we're also traveling all over the place, we're also looking at each and every local tournament and the guys who are rising stars, the guys that are killing it, who are doing really well, and, looking to make a name for themselves. So we want to help them out with that regard. That's the whole purpose of this.
Absolutely. When I go to these tournaments or super matches, I'm literally looking out to who's going to beat who beats who's going to make a good match with who, just so I can make that match actually happen at a full stream, so everyone can see how good of competitors they both are, or grab one certain person because they just beat someone else in a super match, and I was there to see if he was going to beat him, Jason Ciardi, and you did. That's the reason why, literally, these are all specifically placed people that have done their work to be able to be on this team. Garrett Tupper, I've been watching for months, and he had no idea that I was watching him for months. And then I was like, you know what? I think I want to bring his dad on too, because I fucking love his father too. He's a great guy, Glenn, fantastic, beautiful family, great people, honestly, and vice versa, all the way, from the bottom, to the top. I even got to physically meet Ben Ciapoli. That was in New England, and we sat down, we had a conversation, and we talked about a couple of different things. Really try to get to know each other a little bit. He seemed like a really great guy, But besides him, everybody that's on the team, Vlad came over too. Came over for the barbecue. We got to know each other. We talked here for a little bit, back and forth. So he seems like a really fantastic guy, and honestly, he's a lot stronger, than I thought he was going to be. And the other thing is that I want to actually say this now because we actually have Vlad pulling that night up against the country folks. He's pulling two guys with the same arm. And if they think that that's too much, I'll put money on. Yeah, I'll put more money on knowing that Vlad will beat both of those guys on the same night. So that's how confident I am with my guys, all the way straight from 154 to 243 plus. So that's what we're coming for. We're not traveling, for no reason. We're there to make a statement, to make sure that our team wins and that we do this, and it is going to happen. So I can't wait for this to happen.
Yeah, no, it's definitely exciting for someone like Vlad because I never knew who he was before we started gathering up the recruits for this, and that's one of the coolest things. And now everybody will know who he is.
Oh yeah, he's gonna make a statement. I think he's gonna bury their 209 guy. He was posting videos of him beating the arm practitioner. And look, don't get me wrong, he's good. He's a 170 puller. This guy's supposed to be 209, so I think you just should be, I don't know, guy that's 209, you're going up against Vlad. It just doesn't make sense, dude. You know what I mean? It just, you're pulling a 165, 170 guy, and I don't know. It's just, to me, it doesn't make sense. If you're pulling a guy's 209, 220, 230, and I see 3 pins really quick in his future, just so Vlad can hold on and have enough gas for his 220 competitor. That's what I see.
I think he's going to blast her. I mean, that's the same, plan I would have.
Yeah.
So I guess at this point in time, I definitely would like to take a moment to thank the sponsors that have joined up and helped make this trip possible.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and put their links in on screen real quick. I'm going to run right through them. We got Mithril Arm Wrestling Equipment. He's on Instagram as Pull Heavy. This guy, he's got some really cool, innovative handles. He's the one that has one of the side pressure tables that I think Brian Shaw has as well. This guy's got some really cool equipment. He's one of our sponsors. Resistance and Rotation. I actually have the tool. Resistance and Rotation is this really cool curl bar. It's a complete upper body bar. Every upper body workout you can envision doing, you can do it with pronation or supination as being a component of it. And you can adjust the band to different tensions and different loads. It is a very cool, powerful tool that has helped me tremendously in changing up my style and complementing my hook training as well, because I'm going up against a hooker. I'm not going to be a fish out of water with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we got Troy Bounce Fit. I know you know who Troy is. Everybody who knows who Troy is. This guy's a great arm wrestler, great arm wrestling promoter, and is a great friend and supporter of all things arm wrestling. Definitely check him out. He's an amazing, amazing individual. He also got a super match coming up, I think, in the near future. Definitely check him out.
Romanowski left hand.
Yep. That's gonna be a hell of a fight. I can't wait to see it.
Yep.
And then we got Gripzilla, who's another one of our sponsors. This one's a big sponsor of ours. They not only gave us a monetary donation, but they also donated some tools, including this one right here. This will be taking a trip up with us to Montana to get the guys nice and warmed up. This is called the Tornado. This thing is great. Check them out. All the links are right below and then on the screen as well. And then another real big sponsor is Pro Gear. This is Mikey Oliva.
He's great.
And Sarah Bachman. Great guys. They have a great league down in Florida as well. They're doing a lot of big things with arm wrestling.
Yeah.
In Puerto Rico too.
Yep. They just did a phenomenal job over there at the Arnold's Classic with the, so they did a great job with their tournament. They're doing great things in arm wrestling in general in the sport right now.
Hell yeah. Everything that they got going on is amazing. And then we also got a local guy who's been a big-time supporter of me. All the events that I've been going to, you've seen his name on my shirts a few times.
Yeah,
you saw that I was looking to go to Montana. It's a construction company from beginning to finish. This guy has beautiful work. He specializes in patios, driveways, and basement renovations, but he does other things in between too. So check him out because the guy's it's all about community and building those up within the community. Can't say nothing but nice things about him.
Yeah.
And then we got Through the Fingers podcast, our buddy Brian Parliament and his pals Zach Monroe, who's on the card, and Dakota Shipman, who's going to be announcing at the event. They also were a big time sponsor too.
Absolutely. And great people too. They're phenomenal people.
Absolutely. Really good people. And also Brian Parliament's going to be one of the refs at the tournament, which I look forward to experiencing his reffing style.
Yeah, I just want to shout out all the sponsors. Thank you so much. We wouldn't have been able to done this without you guys. So thank you. I really appreciate all you guys for helping out, all the sponsors that did. And also as well, your logo will be on the back of our shirts. Our main sponsors too will also have logos on the sleeves like we promised. And also on top of that, you'll be back on the banners too as well, on the tables, on the side tables back. You'll be all over the place. So I really appreciate you guys. Without you, wouldn't have been able to do it. So thank you so much. And man,
it's freaking awesome that you guys poured out so much support to this. Keep pouring out the support though, guys, because we're not done. We're far from done. We got a lot of big things coming our way. Big levels of exposure for different companies also. So I'm not going to reveal too much because later on in the week, there's a big announcement that's going to be coming down the pipeline, hopefully. Definitely stay tuned because we got a lot of big things coming our way.
I do want to talk about Test Your Frame, though.
Okay, go ahead.
So, guys, the awards are going to be absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait to show you the awards. I gave Dan an idea of kind of what they were going to look like. This is going to be phenomenal. I used to design. I used to work for a designing company, so I kind of design all my own awards and kind of do as much as I can to make them look the best possible. So I think they're going to look phenomenal. And also, always free food, free drinks, and custom awards. And we're doing free giveaways too as well. We'll be live streaming the whole thing. So any personal my tournaments that I do by myself will always be live streaming. So just so everyone knows that when it's only my tournament, and always live stream, always trying to put as many pictures up and videos of the whole thing, which is great. You know what I mean? It's going to be at the Hyatt House where we held up New York Arm Wars. It's a beautiful venue, gorgeous venue. I think you were there, Dan, at the New York Arm Wars.
Yep. So it's a beautiful venue.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous venue. Great place, right? Hotels will be all over the place. You have restaurants all over the place. So it's a perfect. It's right on Route 9 in Wapages Falls, and not only that, but speaking of that, my man JJ Jackson is in the house. I love you, bro. Love the whole Easy Rollers crew. Mac, I love you guys. Look, I'm always Brandon Mac. Shit. So, I'm all about it. I want to shout out to Sergio Lesboa too and Matt Bush for being part of this. Like I said, we have Kong that's going to be going up against JJ Jackson. That's going to be, like I said before, and I let them both know, JJ's got an absolutely disgusting hook. And if he gets in there, you're not going to be able to get out. But the thing is that he needs to get there. Kong is very explosive. You know, he might be able to get him, but in general, we'll see what happens. They're both ridiculously good pullers. They're both very diverse, so they can, you know, but in general, it's going to be a great match. You know, I can't wait for that to happen. We also have Adam, a guy from Puerto Rico, is going up against Evan Reed. Evan Reed is a phenomenal 198-pound puller. He's very tall, has a long lever. I think that's going to be a problem for Adam. You know what I mean? Because he's a little bit shorter. I don't think he's used to somebody having such a long lever to be able to compete with. And I think that's going to be a problem. But we'll see what happens, because I know Adam is as strong as hell. He's got an absolutely phenomenal press. I told him even his last super match, you know, that what he needed to do, and he put it in there, and he won it with the press. So he did an absolutely phenomenal job. The next ones we got is Alexander.
That press is lethal. I gotta say, you know, I was just barely able to hold it this weekend.
I know.
You know, and I turned around and I see why he won his last match.
Yeah, that press is disgusting, though. He's got a lot behind it. You know, you need to get there, and the good thing is that he does. He's fast enough to put his shoulder behind it, so he's good. I'm all, you know me, I'm all about pressing now, so I love the press. Alexander is going up against Roger Bailey Learned. That's going to be a very good match. I think Alex is going to be around 220, 225. Roger right now is about 230, 235. I don't know if a lot of people know Alex. He's an absolute fucking monster at his weight class, and he can still pull 240s, and he's a beast, man, all around. You know, so he's a very tall competitor too. He's got a very long lever. I think that might cause a little bit of a problem with Roger, but Roger is as strong as a fucking ox. So in general, you know, I think that's going to be a really good match. You know, it's going to be strength and it's going to be technique. Alex likes the top roll, and he's got a really good hand, and it's hard to get away from it too. So I think it's going to cause him a problem. But next match too is going to be Tyler Edlin versus Seth Lutz. That's going to be phenomenal. Last time I seen them go at it was at Nationals. They're going to be going back and forth. So I really think that it's going to be, because Seth goes in for a press 90% of the time from what I've seen him. And Tyler's a top roller, and they were going back and forth, and Seth hung on, and he beat him. But it was like a fucking battle, dude. I mean, they went back and forth in the center of the table. He cranked them back. He was, you know, so it was a really good match. And I think the last one would be Nanya versus Peter Brenner. Nanya is, you know, he's got his strength, and he's good. Peter Brenner has been getting better and better and better. You know, he's been beating guys. You know, he's just been to pro, I think, not too long for a 198 class. And he's a beast, man. He's been getting really good, you know, and he is good, you know, not that he's been getting good. He is good. And yeah, but that's going to be one of the best matches at that night, I think. So yeah, in general, I think the whole thing's going to be great.
I gotta say, man, the matches that you've been putting on lately, you know, some people will say like, that's a one-sided match. This is a one-sided match. A lot of these matches, they're like, they can go either which way, man. Yeah. That's what makes it super exciting. Like, they can legitimately go either which way. Yeah. Real quick, I just want to nod. Paul Talley's in the chat. What's up, man? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for having us on your show.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Tune in on Sundays. He's got this really cool show going on Sundays. It involves the community, brings everybody on board. Definitely tune in to Paul Talia. Check him out. And we got Luke Polsher in the chat as well. What's up, Luke? How's it going, brother? Thank you for tuning in, man.
Yeah.
But like these matches that you guys you've been orchestrating, you know, really can go either which way. Like, not only do you have the Test Free Frame tournament with a whole bunch of super matches, but just 2 weeks later, you have the Battle at B-Dubs. I'm going to be on that card as well. So we can't forget about that event, because we're bringing arm wrestling back to Buffalo Wild Wings, everybody. This is the beginning. This is just the beginning.
This is going to be the full blown. I mean, you know, I got I always like to give the guys great awards for their super matches. You know, I'm all about the rings, so they're going to get some really nice rings. You guys are going to get some really nice rings. First, to start it off, it's going to be Matt Bush and Sergio Lisboa, which is going to be an absolute banger. They're both good right and left hand, so they're both it's going to be a great fucking. I mean, Matt is as strong as an ox. Sergio never lets down. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a back and forth battle. I can't wait for that. Then we have Ethan Sherritt versus Caleb Janelle. A lot of guys don't know Caleb Janelle, or maybe you do, but Ethan Sherritt's an absolute bomb, and he's been actually pulling for a little bit too. It's Matt Bush's partner. He just pulled Sergio Lisboa at the last 10th annual New York State Championships the day before at my super match, and it was a great match. I thought it was going to be, and it was. It absolutely was. You know, so I can't wait for them to pull. That's going to be so good. We have Yusuf Wilson versus Sam Mitchell. Now, this is left hand. I know you guys are thinking, oh my God, he's going to bury him. Let me tell you something. Sam Mitchell is ridiculously strong, right-handed and left-handed. Yusuf Wilson has a fucking stupid left hand, and he is very technical. The guy needs as much strength as he needs, but in general, he's a very technical puller. So I think this is going to be a very good match. I think they're going to have to figure each other out. But in general, don't count Yusuf out. He's just been getting better and better. Sam Mitchell's an absolute monster. He'll be coming with us to our Country Folks versus the City Slickers, and he's our 165 puller, so he's an absolute fucking monster. He'll be pulling right there and left, I think, both, depending on if he feels comfortable enough to do that. I'll be putting more money up to make sure that he wins more money. And then we have Michael Hawks versus John Geisler. So they always are in a fucking battle no matter where they go. If it's at Battle of the Beaches, if it's the 10th annual New York State, it's always ridiculous. So I can't wait. Love Mike. He's an absolute monster. I think John is actually part of the Ease of the Rollers crew down there by Rochester and stuff. Yep. With J.J. Jackson. He's a really great guy, outstanding guy. I talked to him a couple times here and there. Really cool guy. He really does. And I think Flip and Wade will be the next one. Flip is an absolute fucking beast. And Wade, I don't have to say anything else. You know, Wade at his weight, I think he's going to be
strong. Is that right or left? Or is that right or left?
Both arms.
Both arms. Okay.
Yeah. So this is going to be a full and packed night. So we're doing all the way, I think, left and then all the way right. I got to see exactly what Jared wants to do. But in general, they're going to be absolute fucking bangers, man. Jared got Flip and I got Wade for this one. Next one's going to be Mike Bisman versus Shiu. So left hand, Mike Bisman is an absolute fucking monster. He's just been getting stronger and better, and it's hard for someone to go up against him that has no idea how powerful Mike is with his left hand. Shiu just all around is a very good technical fucking puller, man. And when I seen him pull Miguel from Puerto Rico, it was just on a different level, man. I didn't last time I seen Shiu pull was at Vail, and I think I'm not sure if he beat Paul, but I was fucking kind of blown the fuck away with the way I seen him pull. He's just on a different level. He's a weightlifter, so that's going to be absolutely ridiculous. And then we have Jesus Gonzalez versus Zeph, left-handed. So we got a battle of the left hands, you know, just for the fact that I don't know if you guys know Jesus, but he's an absolute killer with his left hand. He just had a left-handed match with Jonathan McGurchin at my last Arnold's tournament. I don't think he was ready for John's hit. And but it is what it is. I know, you know, he's going to get better. He's going to heal up, and he's going to come back even stronger, you know. But it was a lot for Jesus. I think it was his first super match, but he's going to get better, and he's got an absolutely ridiculous left hand. His hand is ridiculously strong. So same thing, vice versa with Zeph. Zeph has a ridiculously strong hand on his left-hand side, and he's I think it's going to be really the battle of the hands of who can do what with it. You know what I mean? That's really what it is, because with strength, I think they're both very equal, and I just think it's going to be a battle of the hand to see what's going to happen with them. But then
it's gonna be a firefight right there. Zach's got some serious speed, and so does Jesus. They're both their hits are monsters.
Both of them hits are monstrous, yeah. And then when
I hate to be caught in the middle of that one.
Yeah. And then last but not least, Dan versus Conrad. So you got your hands full on that.
I got my hands full on that dude, because
he's a young upcoming puller, and he's an absolute monster. He is no one that you really want to get into a hook fight with, or he will hold you on his bicep all fucking day long until you gas out, and then he'll try to pull you back. I've seen him do it over and over and over again, from the Knuckles Up qualifier, I think, with Steve Walker when he pulled Tank at the what was this, Knuckles Up 2, I think it was. So so right there at that point, when I seen Conrad pull, I knew he was going to be a fucking problem. That's actually when I seen you pull the first time too.
Yep.
So that's when I knew he was going to be a problem, from that day on. And I think he actually beat you at the Vale, at Jason
Vale. Yep. He's the only one I took losses to at the Jason Vale, right and left. So I am taking him on both right and left to kind of set the record straight. Fresh. I don't think he's going to be prepared for that kind of hit that I can provide. He has some serious raw power. Talk about power. He does train with Shiyu. I know that. Shiyu knows a bit of my game. So it's a little unfair advantage in that regard, because Shiyu is very, very much a technical puller, and he has pretty much broken a lot of people's different styles down to a science. So he's got that working in his corner. But I'm coming from going to Puerto Rico, dealing with a lot of power from them. I plan on taking over Montana, and going from there, I will have all the power I need, because I am after Montana. All my focus is on you, Conrad. All my focus.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be hell of a matches. I was just looking at them. I think I have planned for the next, I want to say just 2 months. I have planned, I think, about 26 super matches. That's not bad, right?
Busy man. I'm not jealous of you, man.
Well, just so everybody knows.
Busy.
Just so everybody knows, that's why I've been trying to do as much as I could, but just to get an idea. Those are only 26 super matches put together within the 2 months, but in general, I'm also doing the tournaments. So it's a lot that I got to take care of and stuff. It's a lot. So if you don't see your stuff, I'm trying, and then I'm also trying to get photos from everybody so I can put the flyers up and stuff. And if I don't want to just put one up, I want to put everybody's up at the same time. So you see that everybody's on there, not like, hey, where's mine? Hey, where's mine? I don't want to, so. It's not only me. It's also I'm waiting for guys to give me their pictures and stuff. And but
listen, I want to say something about that's the community. You guys are watching, and you're getting a super match. The least you can do is provide a freaking photo. Give the man a photo. That's the least you could do to help out. Because as somebody who makes the flyer, I don't want to be sitting there turning into a Facebook stalker and grabbing the photo I want on there. I want the photo you want on there, the one you want to see on there. So let's get with the program, guys. Come on now.
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait, man. Can't wait. It's going to be great. There's a lot of super matches, a lot of great guys that are pulling. These are a lot of guys that need to be showcased, and everybody needs to see how good they are. A lot of people already know how good they are, but I like to put them on a little bit more of a live stream, a little bit more of a platform, so they can really showcase what they have,
Absolutely. So people have more connectivity. Real quick, we also got some newcomers to the chat. Christian, thank you for tuning in, man. Hope you stick around for a while. We got Drew. The Drew 24 is in the chat. What's up, Drew? Thank you for coming by after the podcast, the Through the Fingers podcast. And we got Lucky. What's up, Lucky? How's it going? What's it going, man?
Great job. Thank you for coming to Mr. America. I appreciate you. She did a great job. Thank you.
Oh,
as well. Yeah, she did a great job, man.
Awesome. That makes me happy to hear.
She pulled one of her girls. I think she was from Virginia, and same thing, vice versa. Then she pulled Michelle Dugan, and then I think she pulled also Maddie. So she's going up against monsters, bro. You know what I mean? So, and she's just gonna get better. You know, she's just gonna get better, which is great. She did a great job. It was a great place, man. Beautiful place. It was nice weekend. Great weekend.
So, what else can we expect? So we're going to be going to Montana as of Thursday morning at 2 a.m. Oof. I don't know if I'm going to exist at that hour, man. I was warned. I was warned. If I fall, and anybody else that's on the bus, if you fall asleep on the bus, Steve will mess with you. He's gonna fuck with you. So don't fall asleep. Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy.
Live stream. Don't be that guy.
I'm spending a lot of money on that party bus. You better be awake and having fun, and all the cameras. So you better be doing something.
I told him, I was like, listen, I'm gonna probably KO within like a half hour.
There's somebody that's gonna fall asleep on the bus. I know somebody's gonna fall asleep on the bus. Yeah, somebody's gonna fall asleep on the bus, so something's gonna happen, you know. So I already know that.
So we're gonna have the Sharpies, the whipped cream.
We'll see.
Oh no. Oh no.
I don't think that much. But it'll be good. It'll be good. Having a lot of people sleep over. You know, staying over and then straight, like I said, to the party, man.
Yeah.
You know, party for 4 days to make sure everything goes the way it's supposed to.
Also, there's gonna be a Pac-Man game there, so we can have little side bets of who's got the higher score. You know, who's gonna win Pac-Man? Because I'm not much of a video gamer, but I love me some Pac-Man. That's one of my favorite games, man. It's old. I mean, it's an old classic. You can't. How can you not like Pac-Man?
Yeah, I like Pac-Man when I was younger. I remember we used to play that shit.
Right?
Yeah, definitely.
Hours on end playing that game.
Yeah, there's gonna be everything, man. Now there's gonna be a tub inside the mansion, jacuzzi outside, fire pit, 2 floors. See how green that grass is in the back? It doesn't even look real.
Oh my god, it does not look real. No, it looks like AstroTurf almost. I was like, it looks a little suspect at first. Yeah. Like, no, that shit's real.
Yeah,
they took good care of that shit. It's beautiful.
Yep, they did a good job, man. The place looks absolutely beautiful. Looks great.
You know what my main concern is? You might want to consider. We might have to bring a hotspot of our own because I don't know what the service is like down there. Because we're gonna be up in the mountains, man. You know, one of my brother-in-law who lives up in Denver, he goes, make sure you have good internet service for what you want to do. I was like, I didn't even consider that. Yeah. So we got to make sure.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, hopefully we got Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah, they'll have Wi-Fi. We should be fine.
Well, I mean, we do live in a modern era, so I don't think we're going to be going to that rustic and that rural. I mean, I could be wrong, though. Anybody who's in the chat who knows the area, please let us know. Please give us the 411 on that, because if we're walking into like off the grid living, we need to know.
Yep, true. It's true.
All right, so we got quite the lineup of events, quite the lineup of matches. We're going to be live on every single one of them, and leading up to it, you know, hopefully by next week we'll have a couple of the guys from the country folk team hop on the podcast. I know we're trying to get a couple of them to tune in on Paul Italia's on Sunday evening. I think it's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Is that right, Steve?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Like 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you're tuning into Paul Italia's show. He's going to have a couple of us on there, and I hope to have a couple of them on here as well next week leading up to the event. And, hey, what's up, Jerry? Jerry Doro's in the chat. What's up, man?
Also, I want to say something is we're leading up to hopefully having this to be on multiple streaming channels, which including, but not limited to Peacock, Fubo, Pluto, Fight TV, Amazon, Prime, Freevee. So we'll see, and hopefully we'll have a joint press release within the next week to see if we're actually going to be doing this. and it'll be on all those streaming channels to see if this will pull through. So we're trying to make this as big as possible, so everyone can see how big arm wrestling can be and is. So yeah, we're trying to bring this to the next level. Like I said, this is the first in many. There's going to be a couple different states that we go to. I think Florida is going to be probably the next state that we go to. There's a lot of good Florida pullers. So I do want to do something over there. I think that would be great. And I was thinking about Canada, but we're just already going to a different country there. I want to beat everybody in the United States first and then go to a different country and start doing that, maybe back and forth.
Hell yeah. And I got to say, Florida sounds nice, especially, if we're going to be going there during the winter time. I don't want to go there during the summer. Please don't make me go down there during the summer. No, I'm going to melt.
If anything, some of the guys, if they want to do, because we're still going to have to do something with Montana to come back over here, because we'll do, that's kind of what we spoke about, but we'll see when we do that, and maybe we'll end up going to Florida or see who wants to team up with. I know there's a couple of guys that wanted to team up state to state, so we'll see who we'll do next. Maybe Tennessee, depending on So we'll see.
Yeah, Lorray Jenkins is somebody who we were.
So hopefully, maybe we'll do something with Lorray, and we'll see what happens. He's got some great ideas, always doing great things. It's phenomenal.
Huge things. Oh man, great promoter, great.
Ridiculous. So he does a great job. He really does.
And listen, we all know what is going on in the sport of arm wrestling. I'm not here to highlight any of the negativity that's happening. I want to make sure everyone knows that this channel is for the positive side of arm wrestling, because it is there. There is a lot of good things happening in our sport, and I want to make sure we maintain that focus and keep it going, because this is how we get the good exposure we need. We want to see it grow. We want to see it, flourish. This is how. And this is my way of doing so.
Yeah, I liked Paul Italia's podcast we had the other night on Sunday. Was really good. He was really pushing everybody to see what we needed to do with the sport to try to make it flourish more than it is. Or how we can get down to the really, to get into people's, like I was saying with schools with Matt Fish and stuff like that. So that was really good. But it's really, you got to do it, and you got to put in the work, and you got to go to the school and do all, that's really what it is. It's getting to hustle and put something behind it. But
absolutely.
And everything else was great, to coming up with ideas. I thought that was really good.
Well, absolutely, because I think not only that, but people can see that what we're trying to do is we're trying to come together and grow the sport, and not just grow the drama side of it, but grow it in a sustainable fashion. And we just had a comment in the chat. Arm wrestling should be talked about in every household, just like any other sport. And you know what the funniest thing about arm wrestling that I always like to, brag about with our sport, to anybody who's not an arm wrestler, it's the only sport in the world that every man or woman have done or participated in one way or another. When they were a little kid, they were, arm wrestling their siblings, cousins, or when they're growing up, they're arm wrestling, in college or high school or whatever. It may not have been in a professional setting, but they still arm wrestle. So it's the only sport that can lay that claim that every person has participated in one fashion or another.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? You can't say the same thing about baseball, basketball, football. You can't say the same about those sports. But you can say that about arm wrestling. And that's why I agree. It should be one of those household name sports. And,
soon it will be.
It will be. It will. It most certainly will be.
This needs to be just brought into a different light where other people, watch things. And the reason why they watch them is because their interest, piques what interests, them in general. Like if he does what I do, or if they wear the same makeup or wear the same clothes or similar bodybuilding or sports or whatever it is. And that's why this Montana trip is going to be a different type of super match series. It's going to be a show, and people are going to actually see what the difference is, to know what they need to do to put something together where everyone's going to like it. Not just pullers, but everyone. People that don't pull. People that need to get involved more to make this a stream sport, so.
Absolutely. I think that this is exactly what needs to be done for the sport.
Yep.
To maintain that perspective as well. And it excites me to be a part of it. It really does excite me to be a part of it.
Yeah.
So I am exhausted. I don't know about you, Steve. I know you had a hell of a weekend. You're used to running around like a crazy man. I, on the other hand, am not. I am coming off of. I woke up at 2:30 this morning and haven't been asleep and been running myself ragged since then. So I think we're gonna go ahead and cut this short a little bit. Anybody in the chat, please follow all the links that are down below.
Shout out to Mike Grimaldi for what's up, my man? And
what's up, Mike Grimaldi? That's another guy left-handed I need to go against.
Another monster that he's gonna have to be on the show next time. I mean, I shouted out to him, but he needs a little bit of time, so he can do that. And yeah, definitely.
Sounds good. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. Stay tuned for the next one. We'll see you next week. Remember, train hard, recover harder. Everybody.